Hey everybody, this is me and Todd, and we're here to do a perhaps 5-session series on points of interest, which is one perspective on how to play Go. Simply notice the things that stand out that we want to be responding to and organizing them to see which of those we want to respond to, which of the 2 or 3 at a time we want to respond to. This is going to be played out by eventually me coaching Todd so that he will out loud say, "Oh, I see a wall. I want to negate the wall." And then I might chime in, "Oh, I think you're missing something." And he'll look again and go, "Oh, well, there's the wall. Oh, and there's also, well, we group over here. So actually, I want to back off one space." So we'll talk it through, and he'll be getting more focused on acknowledging points of interest and coordinating them. So we're going to start with this already played game, this SGF, and use it to define what we're talking about, define points of interest and how to organize them. Okay, here we go. And Todd, anytime you have questions, something you think I'm missing, something you think they might want to know, just speak on it.
All right.
And if I don't like it, I'll just shut you down like a dirty dog.
Edit me out in post.
Now it's very obvious, but the point of interest, there's 2 points of interest. There's an empty corner. Oh, they're huge. Oh, that's great. And there's also a hole up here. That's an unfinished corner. So we all go, oh, there's a hole here. And that's unfinished, while this is a finished corner, less interesting. Okay. This is a game I played, I don't remember how long ago. And this fellow decided, instead of the empty corner, I'm going to do this, which is playable. It's not biggest, but it's certainly playable. 2 points of interest. Actually, 3. Empty corner. We all are familiar with how big a move in the empty corner is. Lonely stone. Doesn't need help, but would like help. And then white's got an open skirt. Let's see. To me, this is totally interesting, the open skirt. All my thinking is going to be, how do I get there? How do I use it? As black and white, right? I'm looking forward to this move. He wants to close the skirt, and I'm developing the top as black. That's where I want to get to when I have the time. And based on that, I might decide to start here so that now I'm more prepared to play up here because my group is settled on the left. So that's points of interest and how I might want to organize them. Couple things to do. I chose this way. So here, points of interest. On the bottom right, we have an even corner. One black, one white, everything's equal, there's no problem. But this means whoever plays next in that bottom right corner gets to choose, gets the profit, right? Wherever black plays next, oh, he got the profit there. Wherever you go, that's where you get more profit than your opponent. On the bottom right, not only does that next person get the profit, but also gets the control. I am deciding I want this wall. I am deciding I want to pinch him. I am deciding, so I get to choose. Whoever plays there first gets to choose what's going to happen there. That's pretty powerful, or can be, usually is pretty powerful. So to me, that's a point of interest. We'll call it the A point of interest. Then we have the B stone, a clear point of interest, open skirt. At this point, I'm starting to think, well, I like this size of area 1. To me, that's starting to mean something. I'm also acknowledging that white can get a wall here, which makes the bottom big. Now, I guess I'm bringing up points of interest that are coming, and I shouldn't do that. That's strategy, which we're not looking at. But you can see the things, how they're developing. Okay. So he says, I'm playing in a big area and I'm negating the wall you're about to make. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. So AI tells us, yeah, just do this. It's just a good, solid way to get a settled group, and you don't care about the few points black makes. Okay. And then with my Sente, this is a great way to play, right? Approach the corner, develop the top. Is there a problem with this? Not at all. I just enjoy 3-3, and I know there's no problem with it, so I just play it. My style. I gotta tell you, I love the 3-3. This makes me happy when I play it. Interesting. He doesn't honey, he plays here. So right away, there's a lot of interesting things. One of which, I can walk away and I'm alive. But this is his Sente. He's getting that right at no cost. Holy cow, that's massive. For him to get that kind of profit, and it's still his move. That's too much. Other things can be said, but that's clearly the biggest. So my first thought was, so I'm starting to read out, right? How's this going to play out? I can play here. He can still turn, but it's no longer Sente possible. But I thought, well, what if he just plays away? Well, I get to turn. Oh, the right is insignificant. That's a pretty big point of interest. The right is small. He doesn't care if I on it. Go ahead. Take the whole thing. As a matter of fact, take that one too. It's just not very big. So I stop his turn from being Sente and make it so that, yeah, the right's not big. You're not, if you're going to play away, I'm not looking for the Hani there. I'm not trying to grow the right. Okay. And let's make this the last one, because I think we're seeing well what it is we're talking about. So two things here. The top is big and black doesn't have an extension. AI has taught us to treat this wall as something to attack. And of course, the left is getting kind of big. So I had to decide, can he do something significant in one move on the left? No, whatever he plays, easy to come in. Okay, so I'll get my extension. And now we have something to talk about. So I started there. Nice big move. Stops him from approaching my open skirt, which I really like. He throws in a forcing move and plays here. Now, I lied last time, so this will be the last one. Okay. My first thought, let's make my threat good. And it's obviously a big move. As a matter of fact, if I don't play it, I mean, not that he's going to play here, but right away we can see he can give himself a totally settled group. I don't want to, that's incentive. So there's a lot of meaning behind this. And I thought, well, what if he plays another move here? That's getting serious. But then I get to attack him. Well, this attack is vague. So not worth it. So I came in, he kicks, and now this is going to be the last one we're going to look at. My first thought, let me get out. I don't want to be heavy here. But there's a point of interest. If I play the regular move, it gets this spot ready. This is a great spot. It makes his group weak. It's an invasion. This is significantly better than not having that opportunity.
Mm.
So I judged how much trouble am I in here? And I decided really virtually none. I mean, he's going to be able to chase me, but it's not serious. So that was me checking out the points of interest and making a decision. Okay,
Mhm.
that was the last one. So hearing all that, any questions? Does that define it well?
I think that's really good. It shows both the whole board uh, points of interest as well as the specific, like the D10 versus E10. So, yeah.
Yeah. And this last example, it shows organizing them. For
Mhm.
instance, I want to get out. I don't want any trouble. Let me do it lightly with A. Well, wait a minute. I can put in another point of interest
Mhm.
by playing B. It opens up C. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
things start to work together.
Mhm.
Now, for me, one thing this whole business works out that starts to bring up is if we start playing, oh, I'll play here, blah, we're playing a game of Go. Yeah, we're playing a game. No one's thought one thing yet. No one's thought about any point of interest. They're putting stones down. This is by far the representation of most Go games. They're just putting stones down. So if you, and I've told everyone this so many times, if you want to get better at Go, stop putting stones down and think about what's going on. And this points of interest shows you what to think about.
Mhm.
Okay, let's start up a game, you and me,
Okay.
and your job will be playing along. And it's like, and you don't say a word because everything's obvious. Even if you play here, you might say, I know the corner's bigger, but I'm going to play here. Okay, we're playing along. And it's not until there's something to talk about that you'll talk about it.
Okay.
And then I might say, I think you missed something like that.
All
Okay,
right.
give it a shot. Let's give ourselves all the time in the world so we don't have to think about it. And it will be even. Good luck.
Thanks. Are we still recording the board? I noticed the presentation
Thank you,
changed.
thank you, thank you. Everybody, thank Todd. Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome, everybody.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah. Now, to me, I would be thinking there's a hole here. To me, this is an actual, real, not vague point of interest.
Mm.
That might lead me, I may well play here because I want to be prepared to hit that point of interest.
Mm.
Now, I don't want some person out there to go, don't be stupid. That's nothing. No, this is how I play Go. When I would say this started probably in my dawns, and by 5 dawn, this was mandatory not to play this move, but to be thinking about that spot.
Mm.
Absolutely nothing wrong with your move. So there's a point of interest here.
Hmm.
You just put down the fourth move in the corner.
Hmm.
Now, the first move, this is a principle. Actually, a lot of people don't know this. I never put much interest in it until I found out in the last year or two that it's important. Biggest. The second move in the corner isn't as big as the first move in the corner.
Mhm.
Now I'm playing the third move in the corner, which is not as big as the second move.
Mhm.
Now this is pretty darn vague so far. But now fourth versus second, now it's
Mhm.
becoming practical.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this sort of move is a better type of move. But if you say, I'm just not comfortable leaving that stone alone, then go ahead and play there. It's not like you just lost the game. No, but that's an important thing to notice. Next question, what is it you might want to do in this area? It looks like you're trying to grow and you left an open skirt. That's a tiny little, not quite settled group.
Mhm.
I'd want that to have a little more. If you want fourth line, hopefully you have a plan, a reason for leaving your skirt open rather than just finish the group in one move. I'll leave it to you from there. And it is not a mistake to finish this corner, but it is a point of interest.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like getting pressed down or pinched, so I like to play. But after your comment about N4 and the specifics, I think I prefer this now. Mm, right side looks a little bigger.
Okay, I think you're missing something. Try again.
Oh,
And
try
start by
again.
naming the points of interest.
Oh, okay, okay. So, well, for me, the upper right corner is interesting. Getting my 3/3 invaded makes me want to respond.
Uh-huh. I
Uh,
agree.
Not essential though, because you can Q816 could be its own move against the 3/3. So, okay. Um, then the other things that I think are interesting is there's a move along the top left, approaching the single stone at E17. So pressing
Uh,
that down potentially.
what makes this a point of interest?
Just a lone stone. It's surroundable, perhaps. Tackable.
Okay, this is all true, but I want to be a bit specific
Mm.
because the more you can actually name it, the more we'll understand. Okay, that's a lone stone.
Mhm.
I don't see any point of interest about it. So, what is it about the lone stone we're talking about that makes it interesting?
It's in the corner. Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
I have a lone stone at D4. It's in the corner, but it's not
Mm.
interesting.
Oh, there's no black stones nearby the lower side.
Okay,
I've got some investment in the upper left.
White never responded. White's
Yeah,
actually weak there.
yeah.
Okay, so we have
I see.
point of interest A. I'd like to respond to A. What else? B's lonely. He's in
Mm.
trouble. Not trouble's a bit of an overstatement, but I would like to hurt him.
I
Now,
see the
which
play now.
side do you want to come down on based on those two things?
Clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Sente, yeah.
do you notice how important that is?
It's huge. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge. How do we get there? Well, first,
Hmm.
get in the habit of looking at points of interest.
Yeah.
Step two, well, that's almost all of it. If you simply say to yourself, oh, corn, okay, and a stone I can attack. It's really just a matter of thinking. I hate to harp on this, but I can't tell you. You, as one of my well, I guess you're still the student. It just comes up all the time. Just how do you do the thing you know how to do? Just discipline.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm personally dealing with. Okay, stop putting the stone down and think. I don't know what to think about. Shut up and just go through the points of interest.
Hmm.
It's hard, I find. Yeah.
So
Isn't
easy.
that,
It goes so easy.
gosh, that's pretty. Now, if we ask, oh, is black ahead? No,
Yeah.
but we kind of prefer the black stones. Black has not
H17 makes
gained
me
one
happy.
point as far as I'm concerned, but I kind of prefer the black stones.
Okay. So I look at that as too big to let you capture.
It is very big. It also puts your stones in a 3 in a row with all the
Yeah.
liberties used up. Yeah.
Sente. Hmm.
So go through the points of interest for me. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I'm going to hand you control, and if you can mark them.
Hmm. All right. And those are the letters.
Yeah, let's mark them with letters.
All right. I'll mark A as
Oh, yeah. Trembling
very
in his boots.
um I don't know if I want to mark let me show you where I'll just mark it, but I don't think I want to mark this because this while it's somewhat interesting, I don't care about that now. I'm more interested in growing this area, around C somehow with my wall and attacking A, something like that.
Okay, so let's pause there for a second.
Okay.
A minute ago, we were talking about, you were saying, well, A. Well, what about A? Well, it's all alone.
Mhm.
And it took us a while to get the definition, which sparks everything about it.
Mhm.
So what about black B is interesting to you? Doesn't hurt me.
Oh, playing it now, useless. You've just taken away that
Well, you marked it.
point to the
It
top. Well,
does mean something. Question
it
is,
does
what
mean
does it
something.
mean?
Well, it means what do you say? That I'm not getting points along the very top unless I play there, but I'm not interested in points right now.
Okay, so let's just spend a moment. We're actually talking about area 1.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we were going to mark this, we would say the A, oh yeah, trembling in his boots. Area 1, and then we say, well, area 1's not that big because you can come under.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's actually area 1 that we're talking about. We're not talking about B.
Okay.
B
I got you.
simply, yeah. I
Too
know
specific.
I'm being picky, but when we think it correctly and say it correctly, then all of a sudden we understand it thoroughly. Okay,
Makes
back
sense.
to you on marking things.
Okay. So area 1, definitely interesting in some way. So we've got the A stone being interesting.
Anything else?
The right side's becoming big-ish. Like there's some I can see, yeah,
Definitely.
that could grow. I guess that's a number tool, that one. But so
Right.
area 2.
Yeah.
What else is interesting? There's, I mean, I guess I should mark that, like there's just a something to use here. There's like a cut in this shape, so I could peep or do something here. And I don't know,
No, I
nothing
agree. White's
specific.
weakness,
There's a
specific
weakness.
little cuts are
Yeah.
meaningful. Yeah.
Okay. I know there's also an approach here. Like these are just tools nearby. Making
I didn't see
two.
the approach yet.
Yeah.
What
Sorry?
approach are you talking about?
Oh, C. Just.
Oh, there it is.
Right. Yeah.
I do not
Just,
think C is an approach.
okay. I
That's
thought if
just a weak
that's.
blackstone.
I see. Okay. I misunderstand how to use that sometimes then.
No
So
problem.
okay. Other points of interest. I mean, sort of the bottom area, but it's like because I kind of wouldn't mind doing something over here to prevent that corner expanding, but it doesn't feel very practical.
Okay. I have some disagreement, so
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
Okay.
What I heard you say was his bottom area is getting pretty big. What? I mean, just come in.
Yeah.
It's not a big area. But
Yeah.
if we say, I'm feeling, my group is starting to feel a little uncomfortable, I don't like that. That I agree with. So based on that, we might decide, I would like to approach this court. Not that this is the big area, but when white plays here, it bothers me. So now this becomes a difficult move, more difficult for white. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
we can say that I'm trying to make it an area 1, area 3, because, well, maybe I should mark the group. Okay. So the C group clearly is not urgent, but we find a point of interest there that, well, white can do this, and that's his area, and it's interesting. Okay. Anything else? Now the hint, we are in the early opening. That's my hint. Please continue.
Early opening is a hint. Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's obvious. I don't know why it took so long to think of it. I guess
no, it's funny.
I don't know if it's a move or an area, but the corner is just open.
Open corner, which seems rather ordinary and hardly call it a point of interest, but the left. In the early opening, we love wide open spaces.
Oh yeah, of course. A move like E would be great. Just a long extension from the upper left corner.
So I would say that area 3 is something to talk about, especially considering, let's just put it here for a moment, it goes with the upper right black wall. It goes along with attacking the white stone. I mean, there's a lot of meaning here. And I only put it here because it makes it a little more visible. As like you, I would start here, but the meaning is, we see all this stuff coordinating. Okay. Is that all? Am I making sense?
That's great. No, I'm still stuck on a move.
So, start. How do we organize this? How do we start piecing all these points of interest together? You still have control if that's helpful.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me to attack the A stone. H17 was ignored, so kicking from D17 seems nice. I could see white ignoring though and deciding to play on the left side or the right side. And it seems a little bit better. I like your expanded, because since I attacked and it was ignored, then that threat stands. It's still I get as much as I would have had anyway, so let's play somewhere else. That's my thinking. And I tend to like to get my own thing versus try to take away my opponents, and the left side looks really nice. And I think it kind of helps see indirectly. That's the end of my thinking.
Let me try to restate that.
Oh, restate that?
No, let me try.
Oh, you try. Go ahead, please.
You went on a bit, and I'm like, was a little unclear.
Yeah.
So what I think I heard you say, left's pretty big. Wide opens were early opening, virtually Sente.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sounds good. Now let's look at some other coordinations. I mean, we like attacking it, but it is pretty early, and he may be happy to just give it up. It's kind of an unknown. But right next to that, we have an area 1. Two things together. Now, this is big in Go. One purpose move, very nice. And by the way, you 10 Qs out there, if you can simply say to yourself, I want every one of my moves so that I can name what I'm doing, you're going to get better immediately. If you can play a one purpose move, you're going to get stronger right away. If you can get a two purpose move, oh, you're in the 5 Qs, right? Okay. So if we can link 1A and 1 together, that might be a good thing. So let's look. Sente, Gote. What's white going to do? If white starts this, we're growing 2 rather large areas. Once we kill that corner, that's going to be a big friggin' corner. And if white lives in the corner, we're going to have a big friggin' top. Oh, link them together. It's very interesting. Okay, so the power of two purpose moves. Okay. Now, usually when a player gets up to like 4 Dawn, they start getting a little power hungry. Oh, look what I'm going to do. And it's like exciting. And look, and you're crushing the 3 Dawns and the 2 Dawns and giving all the handicap. Oh, it's so powerful. And then you play against the 6 Dawn and you get crushed. How come? Because you didn't play the simple move, one thing at a time. In the early opening, play opening moves. Don't play a middle game move. Why not? Because we're in the opening. Play an opening move. I live by Mr. Yang quotes. And that one, when you're in the opening, play opening moves. It's like, holy cow, that is so deep. So I would play here for those reasons. But hopefully you see, oh, how nice this is. It's scary, good for black. Okay.
I would have trouble playing Q18. It seems so slow.
Me too. If it's just a matter of what'd you do? You didn't. What a slow, stupid area. A complete waste of time. Why did you try to take that top area? Stupid. But if you make it, great, please take away my area. No, really, take it away. And then you just take a big old corner. So it's the two purpose that makes it bigger. But
knowing
still,
how to use your wall properly. Yeah.
So I still say that's for later.
Okay.
And that our move on the left is really doing things well.
Okay. Sticking with it.
Your move.
C6 for the win. So hard not to respond locally here. I'll get surrounded or pressed.
I agree. And you want to. White's weak. Keep attacking. Yeah. By all means.
Lately, it seems like it's always do the Hane. I remember years ago, if you're strong locally, it was just extend, stay strong was the advice I got. And now it seems like almost always Hane. So I'm going to go with the Hane, even though it feels a little weird. There's something I don't quite like about it. I guess because it leaves a cut behind. That's what
My wife's asking me for money. Let's see what I got. Years ago, she would take my pesky ones. I'd have all these ones. Do you have any pesky ones on you? I have 10, 5, and 1. 5. Here, come on over. Come on over. Come on over where they can see you. Come on.
Hey, Peggy.
Hi. Thank
Shy
you.
wife. I want that back with interest.
Taking more.
Okay. So let's go through a bit of the points of interest. We like that white's weak.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we do to keep up the attack makes it better.
Okay. Yep.
We have a weakness at B.
Yeah.
Let's not go through the arduous task of, can I ignore? Can I do something else and not defend? That's a worthy thing to think about, but let's not get into the strategy. Instead, yeah, I want to do something to help my B. Okay. Points of interest. White's A group, our cut at B, and area 1. I would say those are the points here. So whatever we can do, so in regards to area 1, we want to link C and D as well as we can.
Oh, gosh.
So for instance, if you were to play here, oh
Sure.
my,
So much nicer.
you're really linking well.
D14
that seems
feels
to
very
allow
fearful.
white a move, and you do not want white to have a free move here. Well, what about this one? Oh, we can respond to that. Oh, we love this. We're doing so well on the left. So this also, now you can play a move like this. The other way became weak, but this is not weak. So points of interest lead you to a better way. This is such an excellent example. I want you players out there that are watching this. How do we get here? Points of interest and walk them through. I want to fix my B. Then I'll fix it. No. Don't fix B. Fix it in what way? What else do you want to do? And then you'll start refining your moves. And you'll start, to me, this is key when I was getting better. You'll start finding moves you never would have thought of, which means you're not using your 5Q mind, you're using someone else's 3-DON mind. You never would have thought of that, but you're thinking through the process and come up with better moves. Now, our whole goal in these videos and all the videos I do is to get into those, for some reason I'm thinking of 5Qs, get in their head what they can do in a practical way to start clicking. And this is why we're doing it. Okay, that was me and my rant, which I do way too much. Okay, resume play.
I'm looking at another move now. Let me try it. We'll see what your feedback is. Maybe we'll back up yet again. But this feels like maybe it's doing more. And
wow, great to the left, even bigger. I'm sorry, great to the right, even bigger on the left. Does leave a cut. Well, this is where you go, well, if I can play this, even better. Well, let's start with this. Are you going to defend? One would think so. I guess you get Atari first, but you're going to, oh, white just got something white we should not let white get. Well, I have a plan for that. Okay, well, you're leaving some pretty serious, you now have to defend. So it leaves a weakness that white will exploit.
Okay.
Now you might say, I don't believe it. I need white to prove it to me because I think I'm strong here. You're going to face that all the time. So it's up to you. But I look at that and I see this big hole. Gosh, this big gaping chasm.
It's on fifth
I'm like,
line.
oh,
That's-
I'm going to be using this big area and that weakness. That's my response.
okay. That's I should
And
being aware of that is good. I look at it like, oh, that looks good.
and this
You can't
one, oh no, I'm never going to do anything here.
settle.
And even something like this isn't necessarily even Sente, you can just counterattack, So it's a really
Okay.
strong shape, and that's where we want to go. Yeah.
All right. Strong shape it is.
Yeah. And resume play.
All right.
And these are our, session one. We're defining things, going to the trouble of looking at details. Our later, what our goal is, like, let's say it's session 5, and we've succeeded brilliantly. We're going through the game, and you're naming issues. You say, give me control, and you mark A, B, C, area 1, area 2. Great, he's done that. Now what? Hey, I can link A and C, and this area 3's there. I'm like, dang, it's like, oh, so I missed something. Beside the point. We all miss stuff all the time. That's not the issue. If that person out there can get in that, hey, I can see the issues and I can link them together. That's where we're going. Good. Okay. We've been at this coming up on an hour. We've seen some great examples, great definitions. White's going to play here and black's going to have to figure this out. This is hard. I mean, should you grow it? Really? You're going to grow it? You're wide open here. I want to like that idea. Here, probably where we'll end up. So we have 2 separate groups here, and they're both fine.
Mhm.
Maybe we're going to think, I want to attack with
Mhm.
this as my plan in Gote. Okay, maybe. So you'll come up with something. But yeah, all is going well. Yeah. Okay, good. Todd, thank you so much for putting up with. I'm always afraid when I go, wait, bad dog. Why did you say that? And that's of course not what we want to do. But I picked at you as we're trying to gain clarity. Good.
This is great. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. And any viewers, feel free to send in a comment, something you'd like to see, a question you have. Maybe, along the way, if you could do this, if you could answer this question, just feel free to send them in. Okay, everybody. Catch y'all later.